Anomaly back for another figure review, and today we got something real special from Galactables. If you guys have been following his channel and basically been following the hobby, you know that Galactables has been putting out a lot of amazing work, customs and concepts. He's also in collaboration with Tanilla Customs. She does the tailoring, and he's also has a team of sculptors and painters, so he's just been doing a lot of projects lately and putting out some serious heat, and this is one of his latest creations, which I'm proud to pretty much coming back from the dead. I haven't made a review in quite some time, so I really want to take the time and talk about what we have here. What we have here is a Part 7, Part 8 combo Jason. Yes, so you heard it right. Combination between Part 7 elements and Part 8. Very creative direction out here. Shout out to Bobby that got his recent Part 7, Part 8. This is a much different variation, and I'm gonna go into all the details basically and tell you guys why I believe personally that this may very well be one of the best pieces, if not the best piece thus far that Galactables, aka Dan Terzo, has made. And it seems like pretty much every time he puts out a figure, it's like one of his best, because the progression has been just tremendous. Shout out to Chris Parmesan Cheese for also highlighting some of his works and some of his reviews and showing off his work as well. So without further ado, let's get into it and show off some details. Alright guys, so let's start with the first item that we have here. Hopefully you guys can see, this is the Part 8 mask with its own unique paint app, and very nice. This kind of looks like it's the strap hanging all over, across the mask, but that's not the strap. That's just some type of material, some crud. As you can see, crud throughout the eye holes and stuff. So again, very nice mask just to help create an additional look for this piece. Then we have again this comic book style half mask, and again with its own specific and unique style of paint, and adds another look and dimension. I'll have pictures and video of how these look on the figure, so no worries with that. And then we have another mask here, kind of like a Hannibal Lecter style mask that creates again kind of another look. Interesting. All these masks were painted by Terzo, and his paint apps have definitely evolved. This is just another weapon. Feels like this is metal, actually. I don't know who made this weapon. I'm assuming Dan made this, but I'm not 100% sure. But there is a lot of interesting blood work here, and again, just this is a very feature-rich accessory pack. Got the broken off stick, got the hedge trimmer. Again, Dan did tell me that he actually made this. And then we have over here this axe that's metal, or hatchet. Reminds me of the one that came with the Part 6, Part 7 combo that I have. Nice blood work, metal, got some nice weight to it. And we have that, and then we have this machete here that's all metal. That also came with this piece. This machete is heavy, feels very durable, very high quality, shiny, so it may not get a good focus going, but there's a handle. Grant, again, all metal. Awesome accessory. Again, just crazy. Then we have this guitar that I like. I think that's cool. Classic Part 8. With amazing blood work and all types of damage to it, and took the time and liberty to sculpt a handle on it to look like it was smashed or whatever. So, and that's that. And let's quickly go over the dial, which you guys can see, hopefully with the camera and light. Really, really nice resin work here. It looks just like water. It's supposed to be kind of like a spin-off off the creek bases that we've seen before with some of the Part7s. So we got like an organic ground here with twigs and a little bit of grass. Just, you know, again, I really love the resin work here. As you guys can see, it has a nice glistening, nice blood streak, blood going across the water. It's an effect that was very well done. And this die was made by Dan. Alright, and this figure is really dark, so hopefully the camera captures the, you know, what I want to show, but you guys can see right off the rip we got maggots all over the shoes, all over the boots, a little bit of a steel toe effect going on. Super grimy, super wet, super muddy. Again, this is a Part7, Part 8 combo, so by default it's going to be a super wet, sludgy looking piece, and again, all the details were captured here, as you guys can see. When you look at the clothing, it kind of looks like grayish black, with a hint of maybe a little hint of navy going on. Got some exposure points here with maggots as well. Traditionally sculpted on the bottom, and with a 3D printed body, which has its advantages, which I'll go into a little bit. I really like the tailoring of this outfit because the pants are perfectly tailored to the body. They're not too baggy, not too loose. They have a lot of folds and cuts and tears that were strategically done. I also like the fact that if you guys can see from the front that it looks like the pants are kind of hanging off his ass from the front and from the rear, which is not an easy look to pull off, and having it flow proper. I also like how the shirt was done. It's all tattered. It comes down in pretty good length, which is accurate to how the shirt was in Part 8. It kind of came down, but it's kind of its own spin on it. We got real gloves with maggots and real material, by the way, that look awesome. Again, that Dan did. All clothing done by Dan, Galactables. Again, I mentioned that the torso is 3D printed. The whole upper torso, it flexes. It just as posable as any other body. You know, it's a custom proprietary body. What I love about the 3D printed application is that you have a lot of depth. If you look under, you can almost see inside the cavity, almost, and you can see clearly in between the ribs, and its depth and its hollowness, which is awesome. You can't see that on a like casted chess piece. You know, you can only do that really with the 3D applications, at least what I've seen. We got nails and again more maggots, if you guys can see closely right here. We got some sludge effect right here. A lot of different color variation, even though the figure is kind of on the dark side, and at a quick glance it doesn't look like there's a lot of color variation, but I can assure you there really is. We got the chain. Then we got the Part7 mask, which I love the paint app. Kind of a mix between Part7, Part 8, and appearance. Got a little bit of yellowish going on. Again, with the darkness of the Part7. It actually meshes very well with this head sculpt, which is a one-off, one sculpt. The sculpt is, I've never seen the sculpt before. It is, I'll show you guys in a minute what I'm talking about. But it looks really nice. There's a twig here that is removable, as you guys can see. I don't want to fuck with it too much because I have it placed nicely, but just to add some additional effect. And then, you know, exposed arms. Again, details for days, guys. And I'm going into all the details. I really want you guys to see why I think it's one of the best pieces that Dan's made to date. Let's get a perspective, and let's take a look at the head without the mask. Alright guys, so this is the one-off head that I'm referring to. This is a Part 8 head. As you guys can see, it has some cool stuff going on in the mouth and some sludge, or I don't know what the hell that is, but just a cool head, man. As you guys can see, there's a maggot on top that Dan sculpted, and this head has boils on it. It's hard to see from this angle, but can see there's like boils and stuff. Almost like it's transitioned into the Part 9 Jason Goes to Hell look. Which is kind of cool. You see additional boils on the head. It's painted nicely, and again, it's a nice one-off sculpt. And again, let's take a perspective and take a look at some angles, guys. And this is quickly how we're looking again with the Part 8 mask on. Just want to show you guys how this looks with the Part 8. Again, really nice paint app on here. Again, just very a lot going on here, a lot of detail, a lot of some type of material on the mask. That's like textured material, just for the look that I guess Dan wanted to go for with this. But again, very imposing, and looks really good regardless of the mask that you have on. Let's take a look at some additional angles. I probably wouldn't rock this mask, but again, just gives you another look. And again, very well done. Very well done. Let's take a step back and let's take a look at some additional angles. Lastly, here's one of the other looks that we have with this sculpt. Surprisingly, this mask actually works very nicely for this head sculpt. Again, it's not a look that I would rock, but nonetheless, it's a nice twist and nice variation. So pretty cool look, guys. Alright, so let's take a quick look at some side angle action going on. And again, I love the tattering. Again, you can really see those maggots, the twigs on the dial right here. Look really nice. And again, I love again how this piece was tailored. It flows very nicely. Again, we got maggots on the real material gloved hands, and there's like holes. Real good attention to detail here. You can really see the exposure points. Again, additional sculpting. That's some more maggots on. Again, you really get to see the sculpting details. Really nice. I love the precision of the 3D applications. And here you get to see the nails, which are really pronounced. Hard to miss. And then you got that little area of the arm, maggots, and again, you got this beautiful head, one-off head for one. So let's take perspective, and then let's take a look from behind, see how we look. Alright guys, and this is pretty much how we looking from behind. And you get to see a little bit of that grass, and more details of the dial. And again, this piece is extremely sludgy. I can't tell if those are like leaves, or I'm not sure what that is, but some material. I like how the pants kind of drape off the ass, because they're wet and they're sludgy, so that's how it should look. Makes them look kind of gangster, but hey, it is what it is. And again, really good tattering and just, you know, artistic direction with how Dan was able to come up with the you know, organized chaos, they say. Another thing too with the 3D application torsos printed is that the details are so pronounced. As you can see here, you know, nicely painted back, spinal column, you know, shoulder plates, scapulars. I forgot what they called. I should know this, but you know guys know what I'm saying. So, just really cool, really cool, very imposing. Details very pronounced. And then this is how we look on the back of the head. Again, you got the chain that has weathering, very light weathering. At first I thought it was clean, but no, it's weathered. And again, this is some of those boils that I was talking about on the head. Let's take a look, perspective look from behind. Again, very imposing. And let's take a look at one last angle. And here we go, one last angle. Again, get to look at that water reservoir with the blood. There's more of that steel toe effect on the boots. And again, I love the tailoring of the clothing here. Everything kind of just flows and comes together. And here's another look at the exceptional detail on this guitar, blood work, and the sculpted handle. Again, another look at the gloves, form detail, and some additional sculpting details. That looks like some traditional sculpting on top of the printed upper torso. Again, Everything is nicely painted, very barrel-chested, very imposing, especially from the front. And again, there's that one-off head sculpt. Little boils, not looking too good. Things look like that to burst. Yeah, overall very imposing, very detailed, very well executed piece that I can see both elements from part 6 and 7, and maybe even some 9 in the head. And let's wrap up. Alright guys, so I hope you guys really enjoyed this review as much as I did. I really enjoyed showing off this piece in all its glory. I hope you guys can really appreciate what you guys are seeing here. Again, this is a Part 7, Part 8 combo, not something that you see every day. As you guys know, I'm a huge Jason fan, so I love you know, the concepts. I love the actual figures. I own, I don't know, probably 10 to 13 Jasons, so very happy to happy to have this to the collection. And again, shout out to Tanela Galactables, Chris Parmesan, shout out to everybody out there, everybody for kind of inspiring this piece, and look forward to future projects. Got much more videos and content on the way for some of the more prime stuff like this. I got some packages coming. I got some stuff coming from Beto, some additional runs, Escape, a few other projects I can't mention, but just a lot of stuff on the way and coming. So with that being said, I'll provide links in the description for Galactables. You guys can reach out to me, and again, this is actually my figure, my personal figure. So again, I appreciate Galactables for making this for me. Very beautiful piece, and I absolutely love it. So again, with that being said, I will holler at you guys. I'm out. Peace.